Alright, so I repaired this radio last night, and it used to belong to my Uncle Teddy. He was in Vietnam, and this radio went with him. He went to Vietnam among other places that I'm aware of. It's Panasonic, and it's a model RF 1004. And I got it out last night and worked on it for Dad. And well, a little story is back a few months ago I found an old Windsor branded radio. It was a Japanese make that had a bunch of missing parts, but it had the power transformer, which is exactly what this needed, believe it or not. Power transformer was dead in it. So it's plugged in the AC line. It's just don't have the original cord for it, unfortunately.
Magic Island Family Night, brought to you by Members Choice West Virginia Federal Credit Union, Tim Hogan's Carpet, Rethink Your Drink, State Farm Agent Lori McCown, Pew Furniture Warehouse Showrooms, Never Gymnastics, Matheson Gas, Ask the Gas Professionals, Dr. J Chiropractic and Wellness Center, Anytime Fitness, the Charleston Parks and Recreation, and your Family Fun Station. 97.5 WQBE.
Got a light overhead of them. I don't know why it don't seem to do that good.
So we all reached that. And by the way, that's Pope John Paul II.
Right.
That guy.
Right.
So,
Right.
But you know.
This is my story. This is my song.
Has inverted itself. It's reversed. In the 1920s, there's this.
We're very sorry that happened.
Jumping from a helicopter, hovering 40 feet above a...
Right now, shining like
A special thank you tonight to Stanley and Judy Persinger and Travis. I tell you, my wife consider them a part of it.
Quite surprised about how well this performs on the FM. Let's go down to the bottom of the scale because I don't think I showed that to you too well.
When the steward of the feast tasted the water, now become wine, and did flow with...
As always, nothing controlled Norma Williams. And in her pride, Norma died how she did.
If you feel what you want
The new.
Squelch control does work. So it goes silent between stations. It kills off weaker stations, which sound good. Try a little AM. I don't know if it'll do any good or not, but we'll see.
And then to Madagascar.
More knowledge in some areas in certain
sir. Keep it. Here. By birth, he played for the German national team. He coached the German national team, but he has...
And the squelch control works on the AM.
This falls under the category of realistic.
We lost the original tuning dial on the side, so I took a drill and made one for it.
Could not have it open.
Professional monitoring is just Victor is never in question. Fine finish wall system.
And just about every radio, AM radio in the area goes silent down here on the bottom of the scale for some reason.
It's only natural for us to want to shield our family from as much grief as possible. Our hearts go out to those who are down emotionally. That's why planning a funeral in advance with High-Lawn Funeral Home in Oak Hill gives your loved one.
And here's the police. I guess PSB, I'm going to guess that stands for Public Service Band. I ain't really sure. I've never picked up anything on it. It's got the tone switches low and high.
The more you learn. This is EWTN. Welcome to the Holy Rosary.
I kind of tend to like it on low for some reason.
Today, the glorious mysteries.
In the glorious mysteries, we contemplate the triumph of Jesus in his resurrection, the birth of the church with the coming of the Holy Spirit, and how Jesus took his mother into heaven and crowned her.
I don't know if I showed you yet, but we can try to get a look at the back. It says it's a Panasonic RF 1004 with the PSB, AM and FM. It's 3-band radio. It also takes 4 AA's, so I'm kind of glad it takes that size instead of anything larger. And it does have a screw missing in the back. I tried putting a screw in that hole last night and couldn't dig into anything, but it's held together real well. So somewhere along the line the tuning knob broke, if I didn't explain that earlier. And I've got one around here. It's got a set screw. It would probably look more appropriate if that set screw would stay in. I don't know why it won't. So anyway, thanks for watching, and more to come later, and God bless. Alright, there's one problem I forgot to talk about in the video. Was an issue with the battery compartment. As you can probably kind of see there, the batteries are sunk in or something, because there's a dip in the middle of that compartment. So let me get a light on here. I don't know why, but it seems like no matter how many lights I turn on in this place, the camera shows up dark or something. Anyway, all I did was I bent that terminal right there at the end so that it would stay on contact when I put the door on the back on the radio. And plays fine. Also, I would like to note that I didn't use the knob that I put on the radio when I did this video, so I changed it out to the one that I stole from that Windsor radio. And if anyone's if you've been watching my YouTube channel for the past few years, you probably saw that Windsor radio in sad shape video. So I harvested some parts from it, and I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but the transformer came from that Windsor radio. So yeah, up next is a blooper video, if you want to call it that. Well, I'm sitting in Dad's workshop tonight because I repaired something of his. This belonged to his brother Teddy. This little radio has been overseas, among other places. It's been in Vietnam. And it's a Sony. I don't know why I called it a Sony. It's a Panasonic RF 1004. It's a 3-band radio. You see some specs on it right there. I don't have the original power cord for it. And I got to tinkering around with this last night and found out that it had a dud power transformer, of all things.
Shahzad Jalani of the BBC and ABC News partner. Officials say 23 people were killed in the shots were heard. Preliminary appears the female suspect shot the male suspect, then took her own. And looks presentable, that is, to an employer. If you can't use a computer, you know, a lot of us younger. Woman walked into an open fire. What precipitated it? 6.3 FM, W242BD Beckley.